Hey, how's it going? We're back on a Saturday, and we are back in our water beaver colony. Hope everybody's had a good week. Mine was ridiculously busy, but we're getting through it. Hey, Death, how's it going? Glad to see you. Let's see, last time we left off, we're building a bit of a solar plant here, it looks like. Yep, and I think we're trying to get in some of our automated farms to use them. After that, I want to say that we're going to keep working toward our airships, but we've got to figure that out first. It's still playing. Let's see. Pause that for a second. There we go. That's better. Okay, now I can hear everything. Is everybody hearing me all right? I hope. Let's see. Well, it says I'm going out, so we should be good there. Let's see. We'll put in this. And see the Twitch pop up, so that's why I was in. Ah, yep. Weird. Usually, I see that. In fact, let me check my two notifications here. Yeah. Weird. Who knows? It's been weird here, just in general lately. So, you know, that's the way it goes. But with the super busy days, I'm hoping coming to an end. Maybe I'll finally have a breath, take a breather, and get things caught up. Speaking of which, I gotta see where we were at on our colony here. We have this. Let's see. I don't remember what we were doing with this. We've got mushrooms being made. Twitch and got your notification about live from YouTube, but didn't see. Weird. Let me make sure Twitch is going. Says it is. Okay, well. Yeah, Twitch is going, YouTube's going. Everything seems to be going this time. We're doing all right, hopefully. Let's get that in there so they could start on that. How do we have beavers? I don't know. Let's see. We did put in another one of these for the antibiotics. We've got the frost balm here. Last I knew, Lappin was fixing the surgery kits. Do I have any of those left? 92. So maybe that's fixed, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. Beavers injured, contaminated, minor burn, mild disease, major burn. Well, they should be able to fix all of those. Let's see. What else were we working on? You know what? We can try and pick up some of these. Is there any storage space for... There's no storage space for most of this. Comic books? I don't even have a comic book storage to pick them up. That's okay. What are we limited to on the science side? I want to say it was grapes. So let's take a look at our field of grapes. Yeah, just been super busy this week. Kids have stuff going on. Work is ridiculously busy, and I don't know what was with people. I work in kind of a service-type job, so if anybody out there else works in service jobs, let me know. Was this week just rough or something? I don't know. Everybody seemed to be in a bad mood, and I wasn't sure of why. I mean, there's definitely been reasons. Do I have 5 giant logs? I do have 5 giant logs. I don't know why I have 5 giant logs. I shouldn't have 5 giant logs, but okay. I'm not going to question it. Hey, how's it going? We're still working on our colony. How you doing? Water beaver, yes. Much water beaver suffering. Trying to figure out what I need next. I don't know. Giant log storage? Probably. That might not be terrible to get. A greenhouse we're going to need eventually, because we got to have bananas. Centrifuge we're going to need, but not right now. Sawmill. That takes 1,000 horsepower? Good grief. That'll cut through that in no time. I suppose if we're using it. Although I do need the special blades for a lot of this. So where do I go about getting those? I bet they're somewhere in metal. Are they in here? Nope. Are they in here? Ah, they are in here. Well, we're trying to make solar panels here, so it might be a minute before we get to that. We've got a ton of these to go, though. Are we low? No, we have plenty of scaffoldings. So what's the holdup? Logs? No, we have plenty of those, too. I think we just need more beavers working on it. How are we doing on everything else? Antibiotics. Let's check on that. We need strong alcohol, mushroom juice. Everybody needs mushroom juice for some reason. And they keep trying to drink it. It's not for drinking. I have a decent amount. What do I have in the way of just mushrooms? Not a whole lot. Well, maybe. Yeah, not a whole lot. What about this guy? This guy should be multiplying our mushrooms. Not with attitude. Yeah, I know. Metal blocks. Okay, we're low on metal blocks. Are these guys making metal blocks? He's not. He is. Let's see. How much do we have here? We have 100,000. Pretty much everything from the factory we're just kind of waiting on parts and pieces for. Extremely heavy battery. We don't need that. Nuclear reactor. I don't know if we'll go quite that far. We don't even have the statues yet. Project Triumph. Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting that. Let's see. What's our science at? 2.4. Well, better than what I thought it would be. Should I make another thing on top of the Tower of Squeeze over here? I do think there was a press at one time that replaced a lot of these. Does anybody remember? I sure don't. I could have swore we built one. Ooh, maybe I should save up for the farms. Because those are quite a bit of... Those are quite a bit of science there. Grapes. Just need grapes. Did we get these in? No? Alright, folks. Let's get those in. So we can pick these grapes and we can grow more grapes. I don't need somebody at the feller since we have full of those. Got any grapes? Sometimes sour ones. That's about it. Let's see. We got cabbages, green peas, rice. Do we not have... What's going on in the rice fields? They look Okay, so they're just not getting picked fast enough. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that. I did see where Lappin mentioned sluices and work for those. But they said they're written pretty deeply into the code, so they might be pretty tricky to put up. I'm sure they'll get it eventually, but it is definitely going to be difficult to do. Which I can understand. I don't really know how those work in the first place, so... let's see. I'm going to need power along here. Which means I'll probably need another row of these so that I can get actually across to there. Let's at least look at setting the power up now. How much do these put out? 400? Okay, well. Maybe we can go overland and connect them to the batteries over here. I almost feel like I should connect them to the battery here, too. Those are gravity batteries. Those are also gravity batteries. Welcome to Waterbeavers. No one knows how it works. You know what? Sometimes that's fairly accurate. And even if they can tell you how it works, they might just not. This will have to go. Let's grab the roads, take those off of there. So these should all connect together, and then we need to connect these two together. So let's get power shaft turn here. There we go. Oh, this is going to be difficult because we don't have the universal anymore. We could do something like... Okay, this is going to have to come up and over instead. Here I thought we'd make a nice overpath, but no, we can't do that. Yes, I did want that there. Let's see. You can go over that. You know what? We'll do stairs here just in case. Or ladder, I guess. Which would be much different than stairs. There we go. We'll let them connect that in. Did they make this ladder yet? No. It's on highest priority. What is with the metal blocks? Oh, it's because we have no scrap metal. And I took out all our smelters. No, this has got scrap metal. Do we have... Oh, we're low on coal. You should be drilling up a storm here. You're full of dirt. Okay. We'll take the dirt out. We got a whole pile for dirt right here. Let's pause it. Sometimes just pausing things for the beavers, or for the water beavers, helps. Speaking of which, after today, we might give them a day off. Sometimes that helps too. Okay, there. Now they're unloading everything. That's what we wanted to see. All right, now unpause it, and it'll pull stuff in again. Yeah, I think the hauler formula is just weird. Probably has to do with the water beavers or the fact that the Waterbeavers have so many buildings that work solely off of haulers. But I don't know for sure. It could be anything. Let's see. Let's find a building beaver. Well, we'll find a building beaver in a couple of days. There we go. Nope, wrong way. Wrong way. There you go. Everybody take the next day off. Somebody remind me to make them work again the day after. Let's see. We could use another one of these, which means I can put up more of these. And we'll even do a road right through here. Which colony am I going to send that to? I don't know. Maybe the amp ears. He's getting seashells. Do we need seashells? Still the frozen human meat. So that we can get firefly juice. What is this? Gold dust. Dirt. You know what? Let's do that. Maybe it'll clear this out more often. Maybe. Just maybe. We have 33 beavers that don't... I hate this warning. It's never correct, no matter what. Building lacks workers. Nothing to do in range. There's plenty to do in range. You could harvest these right here. They're right here. Are they making chips? They are making chips still. Awesome. That's very hard on the old oil, though. Alright, let's say tomorrow we go back to 16 hours. Hell, remember to make them work again. Thank you, Death. That's what I needed. Did we get these two guys in here? Yep. Chestnuts. Why are you getting chestnuts? No, get grapes. 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 Get all the grapes, please. Are you two set for grapes? No goods in stock. Well, hopefully by the end of the day, they'll have some more. Beaver is injured. Did they use... They still haven't used any of the surgery kits. Maybe it's just not fixed. Mushroom juice, strong alcohol. Why are we not making strong alcohol at the moment? We are making strong alcohol. We just have too many strongly alcoholic beavers. We could put in more power here if we needed. Well, let's take a look real quick. What do I need for this? I'll need the pilot license. I'll need hydrogen. Solar panels. We're getting gears. Everything except the hydrogen and the one pilot's license, which I don't think you can get hydrogen from anywhere other than... yeah. Only place you can get hydrogen, it seems, is in the deep mines. What is... 1 metal block, finally. I should have left my smelters and just turned them off, is what I should have done. Yep, that's what I should have did. Because now that we're making these silicone quartz ingots, the whole thing is just going to take forever. Coal seems to be doing all right, but they never seem to get to actually removing the stuff they need to remove. You know what? I know it's weird, but we're going to make those high priority so that somebody has to come get this dirt. Also, I could turn this back on, because they need dirt as well. Just so that somebody is coming over here, removing this dirt so that we can pull in more coal. Alright, that's at 62. Maybe, just maybe, they'll finish those up. How's our... actually, this is not bad. I'll have to work on those. Okay. Did I ever fill this back in? No, I didn't. Well, I guess that's good. Back to the basics. Metal. Primitive smelter. It's no foundry, but hopefully it'll at least give us some metal, which is kind of what we need. Guess I could put some up here. I guess we're going to do exercise by the foundry. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There won't be any lasting harm. Get those in there. Get these back in there. Any other good places we could, excuse me, toss a foundry? Okay, there. They fixed the dirt problem. This can go back to low whenever they get to it. How's our iron? Iron is full. Let's see. Do I want to dynamite more of this down? I don't know what else I could do back here. Guess I could put smelters, but that seems silly. Do I want to build temporary smelters? I mean, I'm already building temporary smelters. Prioritize. If we have the people, we'll worry about it, but let's get some scraps made up. What are these guys bringing in? I forgot I even turned this on. Mountain salt. How much mountain salt do I have? Decent amount. We'll keep an eye on it. We have human meat. Hey, look at that. We're starting to get more brambles. Which, if we get 10 brambles an hour, maybe we can actually look into making stuff with brambles. instead of having this giant mess of stuff over here and all these brambles. Cut trees. Yeah, they're all set to cut. I guess I could have got some scrap metal from there, but that's okay. We've got 4 going there. I could put some up here, too. It definitely wouldn't hurt. That. I could put at least 3 of them up here. There we go. Mm-hmm. What's this place doing? Clay, glowing fluid, water. Okay. Well, we're making the brambles there. Dirt, logs, mushroom juice. We should be squishing a whole bunch of these mushrooms into mushroom juice. We are. We just have a bit of a delivery problem. So, that's really the haulers thing, which we've got a bunch of haulers, but unfortunately, they live all the way over here. We don't have the towers anymore. So unfortunately, we can't make a hauler's tower and pause all those. That would not work at all. Let's see how big are these? Not very. We did something along these lines. We'll start with cabbages, because we got to have cabbages, right? Actually, what do I need the most of? Not sunflower seeds anymore. Mushrooms currently. How are we doing cabbage-wise? We're doing okay cabbage-wise. Let's look at advanced buildings. What do we got? Peas? How are we doing on peas? Not terrible. Clockwork hydroponic lotus farm. That's not bad. You can't get the flowers, though, anymore for them. Rice farm. How's our rice doing? I have rice? I have rice. Is this... They fill all the way back up? They did. Good. Didn't really get anything there. Are we out of iron yet? No. Are we getting anything smelted? A little bit. How are you doing? Oh, did we make one? Silicon medical... not medical. We have solar cells. So, I tell you what. Let's switch this over. We'll do scrap metal. We'll boost that scrap metal right up through the ceiling. Hopefully. Huh. Morning, Kudzen. How you doing? Do. Platforms. Don't need those anymore. We're getting along here. We have a bit of a large settlement here to build. I need metal blocks, which... that's not going to work anymore. We need metal blocks. So we've got hopefully plenty of scrap coming out. We'll just switch to producing metal blocks so that we can get stuff in here. A giant tree farm over here. No, that produces pumpkins. All right, long weeks with not enough rest. Yeah, that's how my weeks are going. I was just saying earlier, I working a service job, and man, I don't know what it is. The last couple of weeks, people have just been unhappy about everything. What are they at? Oh, it's that again. So, yeah, they've been some interesting weeks lately, that's for sure. Nuclear reactor look cool. Does it have to go into the abyss exploration? I think so. Advanced, maybe that's under power. Basic nuclear. No, it goes, it's a cap for a bad water source. So, yeah, interesting. I definitely don't have the stuff for that, though. What is this? Abyssal nuclear reactor. Oh, that's one that goes on top of here. Somehow. Is built from inside like a wonder. Well, I don't know how that goes on there exactly. You might have to have the mine or the abyssal thing down first, and then that goes on top of it, maybe? So maybe we could use one of these eventually for that, but I don't know if I'll get to building that. And then water outflow. Power plant underneath to connect to the power network and start operating. Maybe you have to build this first? One with the large... this one. Yeah. 100% sure how that goes in there. So it looks like the power only comes out of the top, which is weird. JC had fun with the older nuclear sites. I remember trying to build one of those, and... yeah, the old ones that had, like, the imprint that was this entire area right here, those were interesting for sure. I'm never sure it was whether it was worth the power or not. There we go. We got scrap metal. We got... are we low on coal again? You know what? Let's switch this to coal. Coal. There we go. What's this guy up here building? Or getting? Coal. Lots of coal. Fun fact, nuclear reactors are just giant steam engines. I think just about every power plant is a giant steam engine. Giant kettles, if you will. I don't know. Could you make tea in one? Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they have like a stove in them. You could probably make tea in them. Just place it, use the cheat to finish it. I just might on the last episode. At least once. True. Would the tea be safe to drink? Meh. Maybe. Would I drink it? Probably not. There we go. Now they're making some mushrooms. 75, basically 75 a day. In fact, we go up to 18 hours. They should be able to make one set of 75 a day. How are our mushrooms looking now? They're still low. We got a lot of things. Everything is editable, drinkable at least once. I'm not sure. I don't think somebody could eat a car. You could eat part of a car, but I don't think you could eat the whole car. I wonder if it'd be nice to connect these in over here. Must thank the previous humans who gave their lives for food. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't have molten sugar reactors, just molten salt and supercritical steam. You're telling me you can't make sweet tea at a nuclear reactor? I don't know if I'm interested then. Someone has actually eaten a car and a plane. That dude was from France. That's... Why would you eat a car? What kind of car? Nothing to do in range, nothing to do in... Stupid. I hate that notification. Beaver is contaminated. So, they fixed most of our injuries and whatnot. Good. Alright, what do I need? I think the robotics place needs a... Yep, it needs the green stuff. Can't remember, but the dude was on Ripley's Believe It. Ripley's and Guinness. Ripley's Believe It. Eating a whole load of objects. Good grief. Well, I mean, if you're good at something. Hey, look at that. We've got power. If you're good at something, to be in the world, true. I mean, if you're going to be in the world record book, you might as well do something interesting for it, right? Florists. I don't think I need my florists anymore. In fact, I will go pause them so that it's not using spare resources. You go, you go. There you go. If you're going to be famous for it, at least making it true. True. At least make it interesting. That is definitely interesting. I don't think I would ever make it into the Guinness Book for anything. I don't know that I'd want to make it into the Guinness Book of World Records for anything. Advanced buildings. Let's grab... First of all, what does this cost? This... oh, I gotta have the log splitter for this. Okay. Well, we still need a ton of science, it looks like. So, what I'm going to do is... We need advanced sawmill. Can I put it down here by the river? You bet I can. Alright, we're going to put that in. Where are the connection points? Connection points are here, so we're going to have to build to it. Let's pause. Let's go 1, 2. And we'll need 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's get those in. If I do, I hope it's posthumous. Just have that little asterisk by your name. This feat was certified as completed. However, died in attempt. That's one way to go out for sure. Let's do advanced buildings. Clockwork farm. How are my trees doing? You know what? Maybe I'll just do trees. Trees would not be a terrible thing to have nearly infinite of. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do trees. Cost a little more than other things, but that's okay. And I bet it takes them a while to connect all that in. Where's the power? Up. Downward into this. There we go. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking body. Well, I'm 0 for 3 on those. There we go. And I appreciate this guy sitting here, but he's not connected to anything, so he's going to have to wait. Oh, we're back into the diseases and whatnot again. What is this? This is just planks and logs, guys. We got planks and logs. We don't have a ton of planks. Did I turn off the plank place? No. What about saw blades? How many saw blades do I have? I have 35 saw blades. I'm good on saw blades at the moment. What are we doing scrap metal wise? Still working on it. What do we need? Iron ore. Well, I have just the drill to handle that. Have you built a beaver cleanse? Not yet. I should. It's probably it was my favorite Waterbeavers item, but now since there's an airship, it's gone down to my second favorite. But still quite a great item. Oh, they've got so much to build. Building lacks workers. Building lacks materials. Tank shower. I know that. You know what? I'm just going to pause it. Building lacks materials. What are you trying to build? Balloons? Tar. Who's supposed to be making tar? You're making nitro. Which, that should fill up here before too long. Who's making tar down here? Anybody? Brain boosting, balm, ice. You know what? You're making tar now. There you go. It is funny. I do love those particular ones. Also, we have tons of chestnuts. They're just not getting the water in here they need. They always stop like 4 or 5 short. You know what? I'm going to pause them all. We'll see if the haulers will come by and take care of it after they've been paused. What? No, don't pause that. Continue that. Please don't pause your descent midair. There we go. We got this. Solar cells. How many solar cells do I have left? None. I spent most of them working on other things. What about you? Well, we'll get this stuff in and then worry about solar cells after that. What about this? They haven't even started on that. You know what? Let's find a beaver. Find a builder. Oh, he just finished the solar plant. Good job. What's he grabbing now? Oh, and he finished the smelter. Zulraja here is on fire. Neat, the fermentation barrel's got an update. Yep, I think they were removed for a bit, but I think enough people didn't like that they got put back. So, that's good at least. How do we still only have one metal block? We have literally two things working on it all the time. What are we out of? Coal and scrap metal. What do you... This guy's hogging all the coal. Iron should be coming in any time. Oh, they got that built, so I can actually... That's why they weren't building it. He's unpaused. Alright, well... So far, that's pretty good. We basically get 13 science points a grape. However many grapes we can manage to bring in. Maybe when we can get rid of some of the cabbage fields, or maybe some of the excess tree fields here, we can set them up for grapes. Let's see. I'd like a couple more, at least factor in a couple more of these, so we might as well blow some stuff up, right? There's the dynamites. That's a 2. 2s. Right along there. This is bramble flowers. This is... they're catching up with the mushrooms. I'm wondering if I dot maybe water barrels all over the colony, if maybe they'll get filled and these beavers won't always be thirsty. Dehydrated, yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They don't fill them up? Let's do that. We'll put one there. Is that a water tank? Yeah. Acquire. There we go. Down the road here. They've got 3 tanks here. Down here, we could put in maybe a nice water tank right outside the college. Water, acquire. There we go. How are we doing? Where's brambles? Are we still catching up on brambles or trying to catch up on brambles? 166. Yeah, it's better. Definitely better. What is this guy making? He is making sake. Or at least he should be making sake. There he goes. 4 hours for 110. That's not bad. This guy will probably be making chestnut beer. Then maybe we can get rid of a lot of these fermentation barrels. We have to keep some for the hydrogen, but we have a hydrogen set up over here. Or, I'm sorry, the methane. Frozen human meat. That darn frozen human meat. Probably won't get that until we actually have an airship to bring them in at a regular interval. Let's see. Do they have any water? They have 2 giant water tanks there. There's water tanks there. Here's water tanks. Maybe down here it doesn't have much. Nope, they have water. There's water right there. Okay, there's like water tanks all over the place. I don't know why so many beavers are having an issue with it. These guys bringing in their max water. Well, maybe as we replace some of these farms around here, we can get some of the beavers back and change them over to haulers. Or we just skip the whole thing and go right to bots. Look at that. 519 during the day. So, let's see if we can connect. Oop, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either, actually. We're basically going to make an underpass here. And we can now put ladders directly on the path. They don't interfere. So we'll just do that. And we'll take the power. Ouch. We got to get rid of you, though. There you go. You go in there. And I'm going to have to probably go over here. Power. Just do this. Platforms. For now, we'll do this. And eventually we might just fill this river with more of the water wheels. But until we do, we'll just connect to the other side of this here. And then we'll have the batteries in there. Should be good to go after that. There we go. That looks good. Power. Nope. This one. There we go. We'll figure out how they'll get to the ones in the middle, because they'll inevitably place the ones at the end first. So if we got to build a second bridge, we got to build a second bridge. We'll get there when and if we need to. What are we working on? How are we doing on this? That's the question. Giant logs. Oh, speaking of which, this guy can go back and cut more giant logs. This is going. Metal blocks is going to take forever. Hopefully I don't run out of saw blades or drill bits. Oh, crud. I'm about to run out of drill bits. Drill bits, prioritize. We got to get those drill bits taken care of so that these keep going. They've got 9, they've got 8, but we've probably only got 1 here. So we'll fill those back up. Scrap metal. Hey, we're back full on scrap metal. Nice. Okay. So, let's make a couple of these. And then I'm going to need some storage for that, aren't I? Are these in piles? I don't remember if that's a pile or... Nope. It's probably the other storage. Clearing out those for extra drills, should I need them. Where is it the glorious storage? Yes, yes it is. So we'll just do that. Glorious storage for steel saw blades. There we go. We have got a ton of building to do. Turn off the dirt user for just a minute. Then they can put all that dirt into here. So we should have, yeah, we have a decent amount of dirt. What is all this? Feels like that should be cleaned up. Let's get these in there. And while we wait for this, let's get a couple more bachelors in agronomy. We should have most of what we need for that. At least I hope we do. How's that guy? He's okay. Let's get that taken care of. We'll worry about everything else later. What do these take? 250? Yeah, this could probably run like 2 of them. We should have extra power there. How are you doing? 60% done. Gears. Oh man, we already have spare steel saw blades. Let's get those in. They only take a second. How's our coal reserves? They're surprisingly still low. Iron is probably lower, though. Iron is lower. So, for a minute, let's change this to iron. It's tools. What is this? Mountain salt? You can be for coal, going out. You can be for iron, going out. I have almost... Well, actually, I have over 600 beavers, and somehow I still have 70 jobs that need filled. I got way too much going on. I think if I could have found a good way to use these and eliminated the giant pumping area over here, that probably would have helped out a lot with that, but I never did figure out a decent way to use these all the time. Let's get this in here. We'll work on that for sure. Somebody is working here? No, you shouldn't be working here. Get out of there. Matuna. Hi. Steel saw blades. Okay. We've almost got our steel saw blades full, which is good. Glass. We're probably going to need some more of that. Did I make a... glass panes? Yep. Glass panes. That's fine. We'll do glass at least. And you are going to temporarily go back to quartz, which means you have to go back to coal. And then these guys... I think we're back on the having to constantly pause the drills for some reason. There we go. Ooh. Sneeze and my nose. Somehow my nose is both running and stuffed up at the same time. I've got allergies, I think. I only get them every couple of years, but this year seems to be one of the years that I have been lucky enough to get them. Got to work, no, but it was fun hanging out for a bit. Hope everything goes well. Good seeing you too. Thanks for stopping in, and hope work goes all right. What are they working on here? I am kind of hoping that I get to our airship either, well, I don't know if it'll be tonight or if it will be maybe in a week or two, but I do want to finish this up before they do the official release of Update 7. That way I can start on an Update 7 colony. Look at that. They are going along pretty well. How's all of my... let's see, resources. Drills are coming back up. Saw blades are fine. Balloons are fine. How are my bramble flowers doing? Still hanging in at about 160, just below 200, but that's not bad. Could be much worse. Did they finish getting these in over here? No, no, they did not. I think it's because this is set to very high. Yeah. They've been working on that. Maybe I should get one of these over here. Just for any future ones that we have, because it seems like they all take a whole bunch of water to start off as an ingredient. In fact, that's all that's left on those. There goes the bad tide. Bad. How are you doing? Not bad, just need gears. Are you... You're waiting on planks. Am I down on planks? No, I have planks. Since I need gears, we're going to switch those to priority. What else do we need? Water should come back up now that those are working again. Oh, would you look at that? They've got everything there. They just need to finish building it. There we go. Crude saw blades. Can this place make crude saw blades? No, I still need... You make crude saw blades? No, you make regular saw blades. Do I still need the older metalworkers to make the crude saw blades? Well, that's weird. Let's go through. Does anybody else make crude saw blades? Yeah. I guess it's just a primitive one that does. Interesting. We'll put the primitive one right out front. Just making crude saw blades. Factory doesn't make those for some reason. How many robot parts do I have? Next to none, because I have no gears. There we go. They're at least full there, so hopefully they get some gears made. Oh. That needs to be high priority. And make these high priority so that we can start pulling in logs. Basically 20 somewhere around 20, what, 22, 23 logs a day. Not great, but not terrible. What are you guys working on? Oh, just gears. Planks? How are my planks doing? Planks. Where are you, planks? Are we out of planks? Oh, I'm almost out of logs. Well, that's not good. Building isn't connected to any districts. You don't say. How's our drills doing? All right, we're back up to 7. Maybe another day or two making drills. What about over here? Has this been connected in yet? Nope, not yet. No good selected. Water. There we go. Now whenever I see a bunch of thirsty beavers coming by here, I'll just have to wonder why they're not stopping and getting water right here. That one's got water. That, and then... What do we need here? Is that a gear? Nope, that's a log. That's a gear. Are those the only places making gears? Do I only really have 2 gear places? I feel like I should have more gear places. Alright, well. Let's see. Where can I put another gear place? Those beavers are thirst traps. I don't know if that's the case, but you know what? I'm not here to judge. Looks like we're actually finally clearing the grape fields, though. How's our agronomy doing? Oh, it's about 75% done, so we can finally... Would you look at that? We've even got the dynamite in for it. So this place has got 2 of the 4. We got mushrooms, we got those. Let's go ahead and get this and that in, or at least planned for. That and that. Those go over this way. There we go. Now we're headed in the right direction. Got 3 things left, and we can't build anything because we're so low on gears. Do I really want to build a bunch of gear places? And, well, I'm also out of planks. Maybe I should make a second plank place. Also, maybe I should connect these in to this over here. Okay, well, I'll do that real quick. One Piece Shinkansen just went by. But aside from it being blue, I can't say much about the character stamps. They're all too small. At least the Hello Kitty and Shinkansens used large stickers of their characters. Oh. Well, I mean, did the One Piece one... It didn't have the main crew even very large? I'm going to have to change that first somehow. This is going to have to... I could make out that there were stickers, but not that or who it was. This has to go all 4 ways and up. How did I do it over here? Oh, this didn't have to go all 4 ways. That's how I did it. So this has to go in here. Then that won't connect. Ooh, I've kind of painted myself into a corner here. Huh. Just weren't much bigger than the windows. They're meters away and traveling at 100 kilometers. Hard to see. That's fair. Can't quite blame you for not being able to see those. I don't think I would be able to see those either. How are we going to do this? Come out here and here, and I go power. Nope. This one. And then back over 1. Can I do a platform on top of that? Do... That's a 2, but I need a 1. Single platform. There we go. Power. Somebody needs to teach these beavers the universal power shaft. Downward. There we go. And then upward. I guess I could go straight up this way. And then I would need a 2. There we go. Vertical. which I have T and a turn. Hello Kitty takes up the whole side of the train, so you can make her out. Well, Evangelion was the whole carriage, so it was very easy to make out. Oh, what? Huh. I wonder why they... Maybe One Piece just has too many characters. Maybe they were trying to fit them all in there. Honestly, wonder who has more characters. One Piece or The Simpsons? It's got to be close, either way. Hey, there we go. It's just out of power. Prioritized by Holler. How are our trees doing? Alright, not great, but alright. There's nobody at these, so there's nobody making power for them, which is great. If I grab a bridge... I still can't make it out very far. We'll just do this. I do think I've seen pictures of the Evangelion one. I don't know if I've seen the Hello Kitty one, though. Gears, come on. Takes 10 hours to make one gear? Alright, what do I need? Let's see. I don't even know what I need to make those. 2 log. Oh, no. A little bit of everything, but still not terrible. What? Let's make some gears. We still have plenty of places unopened, so as long as the food and water can hold out, we'll do that. Although the food seems to be going all over the place. Oh, look at that! It's finally up and running. They're picking the trees. Crude saw blades. Do I have somebody in here making crude saw blades? Prioritize that so they get their stuff. I'm almost out of scrap again, so we might move that. What's our glass panes? It's about half full. You know, let's go back to scrap for a bit. Yeah, fortunately at the moment it looks like it doesn't work at night. There's 10 crew members, 11 with the ship. Train constant is up to 16 carriages long, so each crew member could get their own themed carriage with space for a few other important and popular characters. True, but what if they're trying to use every character? Every character from every arc. And they're just plastering the side with it. But you're right, they could just do all of the main characters. In fact, if I were them, I'd make the ship the main, the engine, and then everybody else behind that. There we go. How are we doing on the... They got the agronomy stuff done, so you know what? They don't probably need another bachelor's in agronomy. We'll go back to science for just a bit. Do I want a PhD? No, because I gotta have... Go to science points, but... What do I have to have for this? I don't have to have any degrees. I just have to have split logs. which to split logs, I gotta have gears. And it looks like metal blocks. Speaking of which, we should have enough drills. We do. Let's go back to metal blocks, and we're smelting scrap metal. Hopefully these are getting emptied out. It's dirt again. We'll unpause that and make some more gold. Did you guys ever make it up here? Nope. Let's get this done so that we can get that beer made. It's very important. That's water. Let's make sure there's water over here. We have ice blocks. We have plenty of ice blocks. Plenty of endothermic essence. What are we doing on strong alcohol? Not great. You know what? We're going to temporarily... What's this guy doing? He's doing the endothermic essence. Also strong alcohol. So... Nitrate synthesis? Oh. That doesn't help me. You can also do... Let's just have them do strong alcohol for a bit. Everybody does strong alcohol. And hopefully, with the sake here going, you know what? Let's pause some of the barrels and just see where we get with it. At some point, we'll have to get 2 more of these for the wine and the half-fermented, or the kimchi. It's 1,300 characters. Approximately 1,300. The Shinkansen is 400 meters long. 2 sides, so that's 800 meters. That's a half, basically 0.615 meter wide, 3.5 meter tall space per character. So you're telling me they could probably do it? It sounds like they could do it if they wanted to. So 1,300 characters. That's got to be more than The Simpsons. Stupid gears. Tools I got. That one's in. Paper? Not making... I thought I was making paper. Oh. You gotta have gears to make paper. Well, that's nice. Make them twice as big as an average Japanese person. Fair enough. Still might be a little difficult to see, though, at that speed. Exactly. So, you never know. You just never know how it would work out. Might work out perfectly fine, though, so... Let's do that, and then I need... Single platform. Single platforms. I can do that, maybe? Yeah. And then another wheel. Oh, probably have to have more of those. That put me above the water? It does put me above the water, so that wouldn't do me any good. Hit a wheel down here, though. Current sticker looks to be less than 2 meters tall. Maybe they're cannon height? Oh. Then the ship would... True, the ship would be fairly large. If they had any of the giants on there, those would be fairly large, too. Starting to come along. Okay, so now I want to get these in here so that I can work toward getting another sawmill so that we can get more gears. What are we doing on metal blocks? I guess we're making what we can. Scrap is still struggling. What are we struggling on? Iron ore? So we're stuck with the stupid dirt again. All right, pause it. Everybody come and empty the dirt. All right, go again. There we go. $50 gears and 100 metal blocks. That's gonna take a while. Of course, if we snap in more gear factories like this, maybe not. Maybe we'll get at least a couple a day. That's the gear for this one. Does this one need a gear? No, that one needs a scaffolding. That should be pretty easy. This one needs a gear. Then we can put another one right on top of this. We are a little low on screw press axles, so we might reopen these for a bit. I know that's 10 more beavers that we need. Frankie at 7 meters tall. Brooke at 2.7 meters in. To be at 3. Chopper, when you're written, becomes 50. Yeah. Frankie's taller than Brooke? I thought Brooke was the tallest. I'm surprised Jimmy is. Huh. Yeah, I thought Brooke was the tallest. I guess I was wrong. Well, this does seem to be helping quite a bit. Frankie rebuilt himself into a larger android. I remember him rebuilding himself after the time skip. Did he rebuild himself again? I don't know. I stopped reading it during the whole cake arc. For some reason, that arc, I just... Something didn't click with me on that arc. I've only seen pieces and parts of the Wano arc, so... I'll get back to it eventually. What are all my balloons bringing in? You're still bringing in the insects. You are sunflower seeds. Maybe I should do sunflower seeds so I can eliminate those. You're sky exploration, but you're pretty much full on that. So we can probably pause that for now. Just the once at the time skip, huh? Are they all turning? They are all turning. Well, that's a pain. Go ahead. Can I put... It won't let me build another one right on top of it? I thought it would. Oh, there it goes. It had to think about it. Stairs. Around that way. And we'll do... Actually... Saw blades are right there, so it's fine. It's fine. Those are waiting on gears. I want somebody in here. I want somebody in all of these, please. They're not working here. Where are they working? As copyist. Interesting. Hey, we're up to 9 gears out of 50. Grief, that's going to take forever. Unless we can get some of this other stuff in. Fasteners, we're okay. Pine resin, we're okay. Planks, we just have to have planks to make planks. So I think we're just waiting on that. There we go. Let's get people in here. Oh, you know what? What's this? Scrap metal? Press axles. 19 screw press axles. This can't make screw press axles? No. Okay. Just need the planks to make more planks. They're working on metal blocks. This one's working on metal blocks. Get some metal blocks going, people. Did this get built? That did get built. Ooh, we can make a new balloon. Who do we want to trade with? Whitepaws. Amperes. Amperes might not be bad. Just for the solar panels. Iron teeth. The metal blocks, but it takes... Yeah, that's not a great trade. Already trading that. So maybe just the amp ears. More solar panels. It's always weird. These always go in only one way. You would think they could go either way. Sure, 100 science points. Why not? Why is there nobody in these? I know we're down 125 beavers, but still. We're getting stuff automated, right? Right? Plus we have 80 kits. Our injuries are back up again. Oh, did we finally get somebody in here? Let's see. Match speed. All right, let's get people in here. There's metal blocks right there. Come and get the metal blocks. We'll make the booze important. Looks like they've started to use some of the glowing fluid. Are you out of something? Frozen human meat, of course. This guy is 3 days out from any frozen human meat. Nope, that can't go in there yet. Because this has to go in there. That needs a single gear, so let's make that priority so we can work on that next. This should be making more planks, which is good. Are we full on sawdust? Is that what's going on with it? No, I don't. We have 1,000. But we should still have pretty much everything. I mean, I don't want to burn the sawdust, but no, it looks like they need dropped off at... Looks like all our mushroom farms need dropped off. Yep. Speaking of which, are we gaining more mushrooms? Yep. So you're working on these. And those. I will take... No, we'll leave that off until maybe we can get some more frozen human meat. And maybe till some of our population grows up. I'm seeing less dehydrated beavers, so at least less along here. Sometimes feels like they're not building anything at all. They're not moving anything. They're not building anything. Okay. Coal. Where are we at coal? Coal-wise, we are caught up. What about iron? We are not caught up on iron. Let's go to iron. And you are also caught up on that. So, let's go to this. You're still trying to make tar. We'll keep that. Okay. That's fine. We'll do this. Say somebody gets that in there. You know what? We're going to do this. That way, those two can get made pretty quickly. 18, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 gears basically a day. Not great, but it's better than nothing. We'll do this. Hey, somebody's working on a wood or a dirt block over here. Good for them. We'll take whatever we can get, as long as it's getting worked on. They put down one log and they wandered off. They didn't even finish it. There's 20, and our metal blocks are starting to go in there. You're still working on scrap metal, right? What do we have? 462. We're back to about half. Maybe you need to put in the abyss factories to speed up gears. Well, I could, except to get the abyss factory, I have to have the sawmill. Because I have to have the split giant logs. So once I have this, I can build this, which will let me get a whole bunch of stuff, including the hydrogen. Speaking of which, though, let's see, storage. That's under advanced buildings. Giant log storage. Maybe we should store some of these up somewhere. Yes. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's moving forward slowly. Giant logs, and then you can be for split logs. And they can get to it whenever they can get to it. They need a ton of gears for this. Pull in those. Looks like we need solar cells on that one too. Solar cells on that too. If we didn't need so many metal blocks, I could switch one of those back, but we need a ton of metal blocks. Although this, making extra planks for all these extra gear factories, hopefully helps out. Let's get these two in there. So things are getting built. They're just getting built really slowly. Oh, we have a 6-day drought. Meh, it's fine. What's my food doing? It is... My food goes everywhere. Sometimes we're over full, sometimes it's barely anything. We have one grape. That's it, just one. What am I doing on lotus flowers? A decent amount of those. What else is in the advanced, the abyss? Nuclear waste mining, we need that. Gas extractor, we'll definitely need that. Woman Underground Laboratory Operating Team. Interesting. Gears. So there's the gears. It's going to take power, though, which is going to be a pain in the butt to get up here. We'll have to figure out a way. We might... Takes a... What is... How much is this going to take? This takes 500. The gas extractor takes another 150. I don't know if we'll use this, though. It's too much. Storage. Or 2 days for some gold. Yeah. It might just be the gas extractor. I don't think I need the nuclear part of it. Oh, I don't even need power for that. Yeah, it might just end up being a couple of solar panels up here. Unless I decide to take this power line all the way across the map somehow. Clay. Do I need clay? Meh. Might as well get it. Trees are starting to really catch up with this automated thing. How much power are we using? We have 1,000 and we're using 250. Hi. That is quite a bit shy of what we're needing there. Science. Don't care too much about those. All right. We're over halfway on the gears. Not quite on the metal blocks, but over halfway. On the gears, at least. And this will be giant half logs. What are these missing? Gears? Go figure. These are still missing their gears. They only need one. But I think all of the gears are going to this. Which is fine. That's the thing that we need the most right now. How are bramble flowers doing? Not bad. I suppose we could get 2 more agronomies and do that. That way we can maybe take out most of these barrels. Let's see. Don't need that. Your kimchi. Your kimchi. No, I might just pause some of the barrels and see how well the sake does without them for a while. Your kimchi. Kimchi. Rice. Pause you. You. Plus, maybe that gives more time to our haulers to make it other places. If they're not constantly headed toward the barrels. You know what? We've got a whole setup across the map for these. That's kimchi. Chestnut beer. We've got a setup over there for it. That's kimchi. That's kimchi. What about these? There we go. What are these? More kimchi. Is this one's making chestnut beer, right? Let's get it filled up. Both of these should be filled up. All right. So in about 30 minutes or so, when I wonder why I no longer have rice wine. Well, not rice wine. I guess it's half fermented sake, but it's basically the same thing here. I think pretty close. When I don't have that, somebody remind me that I turned off all those barrels. But hopefully with all those less places to go, they'll be able to hit the better places. Okay, what do they got? It does seem to be helping a little bit. Stuff is maybe just slightly getting moved around the colony a little bit better since they don't have all those extra places to go. In fact, this, since we're making the chestnut beer up here. I could probably pause all these. Timberborn has changed a bunch since you started this map. It has. There's been quite a few changes, which hopefully I'm going to wrap it up in the next couple of streams, especially since the new Timberborn update, the update 7 that's been on experimental for a while now, is coming out, I think, sometime next month. I'm going to say May 8th? Anybody knows off the top of their head, let me know. But yeah, when that comes out, I'd like to be pretty much done with this colony and move on to the newer version, the update 7, build a colony there, and then we'll take a look at the experimental on that as well. How's this doing? This is doing much better now. In fact, I could probably... Let's keep an eye on the booze. I see the booze going down pretty quickly. You chestnuts? Yep, you're rice. I don't know why they're not picking... Oh, they got all those out of there. It's the rice. Chestnut beer. I feel like I need a water tank over here. At least a water tank. Graphics seem... Next gen? You mean next gen? I mean, it's not terrible. I think both the builders and everything is up here, so this needs to be... Isn't that what they call an update 7? I don't know. Are they? I mean, I just saw that they walked back their change for the natural overhangs. So I'm hoping that doesn't break my my other playthrough, that's for sure. Okay, this is doing all right. They just kind of need to... There is a lot of beavers boozing it up in that area. They changed them back on the natural overhangs, or they're putting them back, or they're allowing them again. I'm not exactly sure what their thing for that was. Come on, guys. At least let's get this done before the end of the night. We've almost got the gears for it. We just need the metal blocks. Are we getting low on drills again? Graphics look more like a train diorama. Really? Oh. I kind of like the pixel, or the square block pixel look. I don't think they're that bad. Yeah, switch him back to drill bits. I really do hope they look at in-game performance, though. That kind of needs fixed. Especially if they're going to do a launch anytime soon. It's been in early update for quite a while. Oh, look at that. Suddenly jumped up on metal blocks. Oh, and this is connected, which means... Oh, crud. I'm going to have to fix that. How do I fix that? How do I fix that? I'm going to have to fix that from the top. Because, I mean, they've addressed most of the major concerns that I've had with the game at some point. Especially with that last update. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do all of that. This guy's probably not making a lot anyway. He is not making a lot of robot parts, so... This is going to need to be... Not that T-shaft. This T-shaft. Vertical T... Nope. That one. There we go. High priority there. There's that. What's this? Robot parts. Oh, we have a decent amount of robot parts. What is this? Tools. Metal fasteners. Scaffoldings. Alright, we'll keep an eye on that. Those need gears. How's the food doing? Meh. Not great, not terrible. Looks like we need more braised cabbage getting made. Water must not be coming down here yet. There we go. It should start moving these in a second. $77. Got about an hour left. I think I can get that in an hour. Now, will this get in an hour? I have no idea. Probably not, but we'll see. In fact, I could probably purchase it, and they could start working on it. They just won't have the half logs. Elevator to the abyss. Not to mention, I feel like I need a second Firefly thing. Now, let's start with that. Another giant firefly. There we go. What does that need? Insect larvae? We have plenty of that. The thing that we don't have a lot of is the human meat. How are you doing? Yeah, you're not doing terrible. Berries and flowers. Could I turn these on for berries and flowers? Probably. There's berries. Do I need flowers? Meh. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. That actually needs to go outwards now. How are we doing on the booze? They're working on it. They're working on that too. Overall, I think the booze is going down, but maybe I need to get some storage over here. Well, they've got chestnuts. They could pull those. Rice. How's my rice doing? Am I just low on rice? No, I have 1.1k. Those are coming back up. Good. There's need a bath. There's plenty of bath places open. They just have to go to them. Add water. Kimchi. Yep, they just need the agronomy there. That one can be for kimchi. And then this one will be for wine whenever we get there. Let's go ahead and maybe build something that we can build. Let's do the cabbages. They at a different height? Tree farm looks like it's taller. But everything looks the same otherwise. So, where's that at? This is the connection right here. What? That. 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 And this. Let's say that is important. Those are very important. And then here we can start taking this back down. $83. All right. How are we doing scrap-wise? Scrap, actually not bad. Did you... You're still making drills. We'll just leave you on drills for a bit. Well, they might get this built pretty quick. Red cabbage? Why would I make red cabbage? You can't even harvest red cabbage. Maybe that was a recipe that was gonna get made and didn't? I'm gonna have to make some out the back here, too. Solar... Okay. They're getting our solar cells in. Our balloons are crossing paths. Okay. Well, Not doing terrible. Those have grown up already. Where is he at? Oh, I guess he's trying to cut one of these down. Just takes him days to do it. $88. Yay. Tools, iron ore. Are we keeping up on all the ores? Not really on the iron side. Or on the coal side. What are you just waiting on? Somebody to hit you with a hammer? The heck? This is done. Someone come over here and finish. There we go. Someone's working on it. Ron Jaddy. Good job. Like he's got to hit it with the hammer quite a few times. Oh, he quit for the day. It's fair. I think he was hitting it with a hammer for like 6 hours. Hey, there we go. We got storage. We got half log storage. That's why that guy's back to cutting stuff down. We got some beer. We got plenty of human meat. Do I need to store some human meat somewhere? What do I need for this? 1,000. And 100 of the ice blocks. Which shouldn't be terrible. Can I get that in here somewhere? Yeah. Takes blocks, but they can get to that when they can get to that. What are these guys doing? Are there actually people in here yet? No, not really. Anything overflowing that we need to keep an eye out on? No, not really. I had a bunch of mushrooms. Still have a bunch of mushrooms. I'm just not getting the braised cabbage made like I was. Where's that bachelor's at? Waiting on... Must have just got it done, because I see that they just took one. So does that mean that's going to get built? Somebody's got to come over here and do that. There it is. All right, somebody hit it with a hammer. Get at least those two in. Okay. Those two can go in, and then we can have people in here doing the kimchi. Maybe we can turn off the kimchi barrels. Did this get pulled back up? Yeah, they're working on it. How's this? It's still hitting it with a hammer this morning. Nope, decided they had enough of that. Okay. Well. Now his scrap is back up over 1,000, so we're going to switch you back to these so that we can make more of the solar cells once we have a couple of those. Oh, would you look at that? Our advanced sawmill is in. Where's the entrance? That's what I wanted to see. And let's get beavers in here. Got even more space to spread out. Readjust. Sitting on my leg. I think it fell asleep. Giant half logs. That's what we needed to see. Batteries discharging. How much does this take? 100? Okay, it should be going back up. You should be connected into the greater network now. Yay! Thanks, Goodson. I think they got it put in just at the end of the day, so maybe they'll work on it some this day. Are you connected again? You are connected again. You're still making robot parts when you can. Should I make some wooden toys? Yeah, let's switch over to wooden toys for a bit. Okay, we need metal blocks for this. There we go. Now we'll start getting cabbages at about 48 a day. That's pretty good. I'll make sure we get crude cell blades still. Although I have a decent amount, so we'll just leave them there. 52. There's our half logs. All right. Let's look into... Well, let's look into the abyss. Power? Nope. Advanced buildings. Abyss. Elevator to the abyss. The power is on the back here, right? Where's the power for this thing? There's one power. Ah, that's the back. I had to turn around the wrong way. Yep. There's our elevator to the abyss. So we can get started on that. 100 glowing fluid? Good grief. Well, we have glowing fluid. Has that been worked on at all? A little bit. Careful, it likes to stare back at you, which creates an existential crisis. You know what? I'm pretty used to that, so it can stare all at once. There's not much to look at anymore. Let's take a look. What do we have in the way of abyssal nuclear reactor? So that's how that fits right on top. I gotta say, that is That is some setup. Requires the overdrive nuclear to be attached. Is that this? Yeah. Requires overdrive nuclear power plant outflow. Is that one of the abyssal items? Or... I don't know. Deep pile storage. Gas extractor. That's the main one we need right there. It's still a multi-parter. Yeah. It's not quite as large as the last one used to be, but you're right, it is still multi-part. I'm wondering if that means... Let's see. Power. Do not build until the reactor is complete. Okay. Well, we'll have to figure that out. Although I don't know that we'll be getting that one. Bachelor in agronomy. I don't know if I need more bachelors in agronomy. In fact, quite the opposite, actually. There's the pilot's license. Nope, let's just get science points. Till we can get those relics. We can fill back up our science points since we're down just a bit. Oh, look at this. We've got that one. They can make kimchi, so maybe I'll go and turn off the kimchi barrels for now. So that there are more people carrying to that. At least that's the general plan. Kimchi barrel. Also, why was there a guy hanging out at the kimchi barrel? What's this supposed to be? Saltpeter? Okay. Grab some saltpeter, would you? So out of quartz. What are you pulling in? Still iron. How are we doing on iron? Iron, we're okay. Coal. Yeah, we could always use coal. Let's grab that. I think it goes on underground solo. Let's see. Power. This. I'm not sure. Well, maybe by the end we'll check that out. Human meat. Do bad beavers also get coal and not wood? There's a joke there I'm not going to make. Yep, just going to leave that one right where it's at. did make this. Good. They're working on solar cells. They'll need some of those. They need more of these. And metal ingots. What are you working on? Drill bits? We got plenty of drill bits. Let's make some solar cells, please. Half logs. You have a place to store both giant logs and half logs. Is there somebody still in here? Yep, he's grabbing the logs. What are we doing here? Power's slowly going down, so we do need these eventually. Let's say that that's super important, although I think the only thing left there is the solar cells, so... Which, they'll have 2 more solar cells here in... No, they'll have 1 solar cell in just a minute. How many solar cells does this still need? 4. Okay, well... Are there actually beavers working here? No, but it can function without workers, so you know what? Now that we've got some of those other ones off of there, let's prioritize these. Let's say you're not quite needed. We'll see if we can get those sent out to other places. Prioritize, prioritize. There we go. Anything on this yet? Well, look at that. They've already got some of it done. We might actually get the elevator to the abyss. Wonder if there'll be one of those weird CGI water snakes down there. So I probably do need to get some more power made here. So you know what? Let's get these done. We'll pause the gold making for now. Do. Everything here, except the giant logs. But we have a whole forest of sequoias over here that just kind of need cut down at the moment. Although, I might just pause this. Where to go? This here. Because in all honesty, I don't think I need any more half logs for the moment. If I get more sequoias, then maybe I'll cut them in half. Oh, I do need more. I need 4 more. Which means... everybody back in. They should have plenty of this. I think they're just waiting on the logs. Which is fine. Are you waiting on logs too? Yeah. We just need the logs there, which is no surprise to me. They, wow, I got a lot of grapes all of a sudden. Weird. Not gonna ask. How's my alcohol? Kinda meh at best. Honestly wonder if maybe I need a second tower. We'll keep working on the science points, though. Hey, look at that. And a fourth one. There we go. Not too shabby altogether. Well, we definitely have plenty of sawdust now. What are the giant logs doing? Benny there. Benny has gone out for a drink before the end of his shift. Thanks, Benny. Are you gonna go back to work after grabbing a drink? Let's see. Oh, he carries his one log back. There we go. At least somebody can move it the next day. Is there still another log over here from that? Or nope, I think it's already gotten replanted, maybe. Those take... Oh, that one's at 80. We'll have another one of those pretty soon. Okay. We're getting more of the basic foods again, but we're not getting them to places to cook all of them. Again, I think bots would solve a lot of this, but... Okay, I don't need toys anymore, because I can honestly just make those in no time flat. Nitro or dynamite, I don't know that I need that. Balloons. Balloons, do I have 6? I think that's plenty for now. You are still making nitro, which I won't think I will need anytime soon. I can make treated planks, but we don't use them for anything anymore. What do I need? Let's make some tar. What are you working on? You are working on that. Yeah, that's fine. Laboratory glassware. Psst, knew I forgot something. What are you making? Solar cells. Well, I appreciate that, but after this batch, I want you to switch to glassware for me. Come on, you can do it. They're probably not going to get done before the end of the day. Finish making that, would you? There we go. Tell you what, we'll give them all tomorrow off. Again, somebody remind me at the end of the day tomorrow to turn that back on. these go all the way back up? Close. Not really there. But... we still need more. That's alright. Do you have a log? You don't have a giant log to work on, so that's okay. We'll go through and pause all these since we have the foundry taking care of stuff for the most part. Throwing a lot of rocks today. Must be amusement time. Everybody's coming over to the tower. Seems to be a popular place. Yeah, prioritize that so we're getting cabbages out of it. That's the whole point of having them. Come on. Finish out the day. We're doing all right, though. What are these guys up to? Yep, still just the giant logs, so that might be the first thing next time that gets done. Depends on if they pull down more of these logs or not. If I were to level this out and put a irrigation tower here, if that would help some of this area. Maybe. They're waiting on the laboratory glassware, which is coming up on the next day that they actually work. There we go. All right. Oh, it's charging pretty well. Nice. One tree gets them tons of cabbage. I will definitely take the extra cabbage. These guys are just waiting on logs, which should come in. Hopefully from this guy over here. Benny. Seems to be taking a swim. Always seems like I get the irresponsible beavers in positions of importance. There you go. There's one. Can you get another one cut down before the end of the day? I'm going to guess no. Are these going to be done? Meh. Is he going to be working all night on that? He's just not giving up. I mean, he's all the way inside the tree. Sort of. It just looks like the tree has a tongue. I guess he's gonna be working through the night. Maybe he'll sleep during the day. There we go. Is this one set for prioritize? Yep. And it is making kimchi. That's 65. Oh, we are starting to catch up on kimchi. Good. Beavers going deep on... Yep. Yep. We're just going to leave that one alone, too. Completely left alone. How are we doing on... Hey, they're finally getting back to making braised cabbage again. Which means our cabbages and our mushrooms are going down, but the better food is going up. So, overall, good, I guess? Maybe now that there's less stuff to take to. In fact, we can pause all these. We'll clear those out. That's an outgoing. That's an incoming. This is for water. Yep, somebody bring water over here, just so nobody has to go find it. Why is there sunflower oil over here? Oh, it's for the cook. Oh, here's some in the back that are still hidden. We don't need people at these. No, sir. Look, we're down to 17 vacancies. That is so much better. I'll go back to 18 hours, though. In fact, I might go to the full 20 and just let him deal for a bit. We're also going to have to figure out... Oh, we have a ton of extra. We're full on solar cells, that's for sure. Did we get our laboratory glassware? I think... Did we? Maybe we're out of quartz. Quartz. What do we need from this one? That one's still doing coal. Do I need any extra boost on anything? Mountain salt? Okay, well, we'll do mountain salt here. Mountain salt, okay. That's what's selected. We'll get started on those mines. They are working on these as well. Nice. We made some decent progress this time, even though we didn't make a ton of stuff. We made decent progress overall. Science points are doing fine. Sawdust? We have plenty of sawdust. We should have plenty of sawdust. Yeah. We just need to have somebody drop it off here. What about you? You should be fine. You're making berries. Okay. Or no, that's bramble flowers. Dirt? Are we low on dirt? We shouldn't be low on dirt. It's iron ore. Coal. I should probably connect these over to this. That way all of that extra power goes, and even during droughts it can still be charging off of these. Plus we get all the extra power from this during the other time. Iron. Well, we don't really need iron at the moment, so I'll do that. This one's got a ton of coal, but it still needs to be coming in. Ha! Look at that. Well, we've got our elevator to the abyss here. We're going to have to figure out how to power it, which means I might level out some of this mountain and put solar panels back here. But if there's no power, they're not doing anything, so we'll pause it for now. We're getting really close to that airship, which is kind of the whole point. So I think we'll call it there for the day. We got a whole bunch of stuff done. We've got our sawmill in. We've got a couple of the automated places in, solar panels, and finally, yeah, our elevator to the abyss. So looking good. Next time, we'll see if we can get this run on solar power. We'll get the gas extractor in and then maybe build that airship. We're going to head toward that. We might build a little bit more over here, but just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Let's see on the Twitch side if we've got anybody that I know. No, don't really see anybody that I know over on Twitch. And I have no idea how to rate anybody on YouTube. I think they have to allow it or something. So we're just going to call it there for the day. But as always, thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you next time. Bye.